Hello everyone, this is Edward. Today we're delving into the intricate and fascinating life of John F. Kennedy, one of the most iconic American presidents, as we shed light on his struggles, secrets, and the many controversies that surrounded his presidency. Prepare to see JFK as you've never seen him before, unraveling truths that lay beneath the charismatic public image.
Welcome to our channel, Hushed Histories, revealing the secrets of bygone eras. 1. PT-109 Incident.
In the depths of World War II, a young John F. Kennedy was at the helm of PT-109, a patrol torpedo boat in the Pacific Theater. On a moonless night in August 1943, their boat was rammed and split in two by a Japanese destroyer, leaving the future president and his crew stranded in enemy territory. JFK, despite a troublesome back, undertook a heroic effort, swimming for hours to rescue and lead his crew towards a nearby island. The incident, far from just a military anecdote, became a testament to Kennedy's leadership and resilience.
2. Received last rites 3 times.
John F. Kennedy grappled with severe health issues behind the scenes, such that he received the Catholic last rites, a sacrament administered to the dying, on 3 different occasions. During a visit to England in 1947, JFK's health took a drastic turn for the worse following his diagnosis with Addison's disease, a rare condition affecting the adrenal glands. Given a mere year to live, he received last rites on his voyage back to America aboard the Queen Mary. He was given last rites for the second time in 1951 after contracting an exceptionally high fever during a trip to Asia. His final encounter with the sacrament came in 1954 after a surgery to manage his chronic back problems led to a life-threatening infection, causing JFK to slip into a coma.
3. Young and Firsts.
Elected at the tender age of 43, JFK stood out as the youngest man ever to secure the presidential seat through a popular vote. Thus, he forever imprinted as the embodiment of youthful vigor and charm in the Oval Office. Besides this, his inauguration marked the commencement of a new era, as he was the first, and thus far the only, Roman Catholic president of the United States, shattering a centuries-old religious barrier in American politics. He was also the first U.S. president born in the 20th century, symbolizing a transition from the old world into the new.
4. Love affairs.
JFK navigated a complex labyrinth of love affairs during his marriage to Jackie Kennedy. Among his most infamous liaisons was his alleged involvement with Hollywood superstar Marilyn Monroe, whose rendition of Happy Birthday, Mr. President still echoes through the annals of history. JFK also reportedly had a relationship with Judith Campbell Exner, a woman alleged to have ties with notorious mob boss Sam Giancana. His indiscretions extended to a rumored affair with Inga Arvad, a journalist under FBI surveillance for supposed Nazi connections during World War II.
5. Proposed a joint Soviet mission to the moon.
During a September 20, 1963, speech before the United Nations, Kennedy astounded the world by suggesting that America and the Soviet Union combine their efforts to reach the moon, turning a competitive endeavor into a cooperative one. Why should man's first flight to the moon be a matter of national competition, he asked, advocating for unity in the face of a common challenge and goal. While initially met with skepticism, Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev was reportedly warming up to the idea when Kennedy was assassinated just 2 months later.
6. Cuban Missile Crisis.
The Cuban Missile Crisis in October 1962 marked the peak of the Cold War tension when the world came precariously close to a full-blown nuclear conflict. Upon confirmation of Soviet missile installations in Cuba, JFK resisted direct military action, which many advisors and officials were pushing for, fearing it would trigger a global nuclear war. Instead, Kennedy ordered a naval blockade of Cuba, a move that effectively quarantined the island nation from receiving further military supplies. After 13 nail-biting days, an agreement was reached. The Soviets would dismantle their offensive weapons in Cuba, and in a secret deal, the U.S. vowed to dismantle its missile sites in Turkey.
7. Assassinated on the 22nd of November, 1963.
The date of November 22, 1963, is forever etched in the annals of American history, marking the tragic end of the Kennedy era in Dallas, Texas. JFK, bathed in the adulation of enthusiastic crowds, was on a political trip with his wife, riding through Dealey Plaza in an open-top Lincoln convertible. The joyous atmosphere took a sudden, horrific turn when shots rang out, striking the beloved president. Despite frantic attempts by physicians at Parkland Hospital, John F. Kennedy was pronounced dead at 1 p.m., a mere half-hour after the shooting. His assassin, Lee Harvey Oswald, was captured later that day but was shot and killed 2 days later by nightclub owner Jack Ruby in a shocking televised moment. The nation plunged into grief as the charismatic young leader who once stood as a beacon of hope and change was snuffed out in his prime.
8. Assassination Theories.
While Lee Harvey Oswald was officially named the lone gunman by the Warren Commission, an alarming number of Americans have been skeptical of this lone gunman theory and suspect a more complex, coordinated conspiracy. Several theories implicate the involvement of the mafia, owing to JFK's brother Robert Kennedy's aggressive anti-mafia stance as Attorney General. Others suggest that JFK's hardline stance on the Cuban Missile Crisis incited elements within the CIA or anti-Castro Cuban exiles to orchestrate the hit. The military-industrial complex theory purports that JFK's alleged plans to withdraw from Vietnam and reduce military expenditure led to his elimination by vested interests. Grass Knoll theory, which argues a second shooter was heavily influenced by the acoustic evidence from a police motorcycle radio that seemingly recorded 4 gunshots. In this revealing journey, we've unearthed lesser-known facets of JFK's life, offering a comprehensive perspective that encompasses his heroic actions, personal struggles, controversial relationships, and the enduring enigmas surrounding his untimely assassination.
We hope you've enjoyed the video and encourage you to share your thoughts, additional facts, or any fascinating stories about the topic in the comments below. Thank you for joining us on this captivating voyage into the world of hushed histories.